of the creative expression stuff that has been going on here at Freedom. So just listen to her, give her your attention, and then we're going to start worship in just a little bit.
Thank you, Sarah. First of all, I want to thank Pastor Tessa, Pastor Joe, for giving me this opportunity to share with you guys what is it about that we're doing when we're dancing up here and when people are painting up there. And for us, it's way more. Like Tessa said the last time we danced for you guys, it's not just dancing, it's worship. And it's a time that we give to God, we give our bodies to God. And so I just want to bring a little bit about it to you, like the heart of it, so you could build expectation with us that what God is doing through this. And how many of you have heard our pastor say, I'm not so sure why God told me to do this, but he said so we're doing it. And basically, even him was like, okay, God, what is it about? So I'm pretty sure many of you have this question, like, what exactly is this? Okay, it's pretty, but is there more? Yes, there is. And so to start with, I would go literally in Genesis 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. The earth was without form, void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, and the moment he said, things were. And we also read in Hebrews, through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God. Faith was involved in the creation process. And this is how we were made. We were made by someone bigger than someone, a being that is a creator. He creates because he's good. He creates because he loves. And he created us in his image. That means you and I are all creative. And the enemy, I'm sure, has been trying for decades or centuries to extinguish the creativity of the children of God. Because what happens when we express ourselves with creativity, we are displaying the Creator. Like the word says, that people are convicted, even though they didn't hear specifically, they are convicted in their heart because they see the creation. The creation displays the Creator. So when you and I, when we dance, when we move, when we create with our fingers, with a brush, with colors, or even now with medias, when you create, you are displaying God. And the world needs to see. They need to see what you have to offer. And so when we dance up here, we do, all that we do is mixed with faith. Our movement are mixed with faith. And I just want to bring all of us to look at the mission of our church, or I don't know exactly, it's not there anymore. Revealing God, revealing heaven, working miracles. How do we do that? Well, I just gave you an example how we reveal God. How do we show God? It's by being creative that lives it out. And then even after that, like we have the capacity to turn something that seems to be just emotion or a paintbrush or something. We have the capacity to turn these things, to bring what's in the invisible realm, in the spirit realm, to this realm, the natural one, the visible one. And that's because we're spiritual beings. The words encourage us, Jesus encourages, and Paul, and they encourage us to live by the Spirit because the flesh profits nothing. But the thing is, our daily life, our senses, our natural senses keep being like fed by everything. Like we're in the natural world, which is normal. But did you know that all those senses also have a spiritual equivalent that can be even more powerful? You have spiritual hearing. You have spiritual sight. You can taste things even in the spirit. You can have a physical touch from heaven. I know people who have experienced that. And so when you choose to move, God, when he created, he moved. He moved over the void. But it was already in his heart. And what was in his heart, because of this movement and the word of faith, things were created. So when you see us moving like this, when you see people painting like this, because our faith is involved, you guys that are watching can be expecting. You can be expecting that things are created. It might be something in your life. That's what I keep telling my team. Over the year, the last year, I've built a team. So you see more dancers now joining me over there. And that's what we do. That's our heart. We're asking God, who needs something? And I want to be the person who creates it for you, for this person. And so when we dance, maybe you needed a victory. Sometimes you're going to see us, and we look like we're fighting something. We're more intense in our movement. Sometimes someone needs comfort, and we might move comfort for you. We might create the hands of God to touch you. We often say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, if He created by word, what this can create is amazing. I challenge you, look over here. It's impossible to not receive the joy and the love of our Father. And so much more, freedom. There's so many things expressed in those images. And same thing when we dance. And more we're trying to build things where we are more dancers involved together so we can create a picture that speaks to you, that releases something into your life. If you need healing, be looking, be expecting. You might see something, you might receive something. And yeah, that's really our heart. We really want to be there to be an expression of the will and the heart of the Father for you. And we're just praying that our bodies are used by Him and that we are just a vessel for Him.